Today, the trust salutes Mary Dunbar Clarke, a newspaper editor turned historian from Palo Pinto County. In 1899, Mary Emma Whatley was born in Palo Pinto, Texas. She married a Scottish immigrant named Jimmy Dunbar, who owned a small newspaper in Canada. In Winnipeg, to be exact. Mary's new home up in Americas couldn't have been more different than her native Palo Pinto. She may as well have moved to the moon. Winnipeg was cold. Winnipeg was big. It was full of factories. It had a population of about 180,000 people at the time, larger than any city in Texas in 1920. Mary's new husband died just 2 years into their marriage, leaving her alone in this foreign place and 7 months pregnant to boot. But true to her Texas roots, Mary didn't give up. She gave birth to their daughter, and then she undertook to be a new mother and learn to run a newspaper. And that she did successfully for 4 years, selling the paper in 1927 to return to familiar surroundings and family in Texas. Now back at home, of course, Mary bought the local paper, the Palo Pinto Star, and she ran it as a one-woman show. She was the reporter, the ad salesman, the business manager, the writer, the editor, the supervisor of the presses, and she made it all work somehow. Mary hadn't remarried. She'd long been courted by a man from Albany, Texas, a banker named Joe Clarke. But I think she waited till her daughter was grown before she agreed to walk down the aisle again. Mary was wedded to Joe in 1941, and they moved off to Fort Worth. Now in Cowtown, Mary took to writing articles for Cattleman magazine, 166 of them all told. Then she turned her talents to book-length history, writing biographies of David G. Burnett, Thomas J. Rusk, John Chisholm, and Chief Bowles. She even wrote a history of her native county, also the slaughter ranches and the Texas and Southwest Cattle Raisers Association. Then when Joe died in 1971, Mary did what she did best. She kept on keeping on. She died in Fort Worth in 1990 at the ripe old age of 91. So for your go-ahead spirit, your business sense, and all your contributions to Texas history, the Trust salutes you, Mary Whatley Dunbar Clarke.